All right, well, I want to get right into a trio of items that I picked up at one of the Latin markets here in Mount Vernon, Washington. So I'm just going to go over what these three are all about, and then I'm going to sample all of them. So I found these elote flavored Tostitos. I'm very excited to try these. This will be the second elote flavored chips that I've tried. The others were Trader Joe's Mexican street corn chips. They are some of my favorite salty snacks ever. They're absolutely amazing. So these have some very, very hefty competition, but I'm going to be looking for these flavors in here. You know, I'm looking for flavors of lime juice, flavors of chili powder, cotija cheese, either mayonnaise or sour cream. I want to taste that roasted corn flavor. Now, the corn that's pictured in the elote here doesn't have the blackening on it, which is a little bit concerning, but that doesn't mean that it won't taste like that. So, anyways, there's that. This is a Crema de Mariscos mix. That is a popular seafood soup in Portugal and Spain. Sometimes it has lobster in it. This particular one tastes like fish and shrimp. See? Hecho con camarones y pescado. So I mixed that up, garnished it with some cilantro, and put it in one of these little dinky party cups. I'm using them for soup cups now. And actually, they're quite efficient in that regard if you just want a little cup of soup. You just have to let the soup cool down enough so that it doesn't melt through the cheap plastic. And then I'm going to wash this down with Penafiel Piñata. It's a pineapple-flavored seltzer water. Now, there was something really weird going on. And first of all, Penafiel products are amazing. Their grapefruit drink and their orange drink is just fantastic. I think I've had the Penafiel pineapple, too, before this. This is really good, too. As you can see, it's almost gone. There's something weird going on here, though. All right, look, it says 6 servings per container, serving size 3 ounces, amount of calories per serving 246. Which, what is that? Like, means that this is almost 1,800 calories for this thing? Because if you look, it's 600 milliliters in this bottle, so that converts to about 20 ounces. So, I don't know. Something's wrong about that. That's off. I mean, I've had some high-calorie sodas, Mountain Dew being one of the worst. But, I mean, this is, first of all, this isn't even a soda. This is a seltzer water, right? Or sparkling water. Same thing. So, yeah, there's something wrong with the calorie count there. And I did not feel after drinking 3/4 of this bottle like I had just consumed 1,500 calories. So, I think we're good on that. All right. Well, the food has been introduced. Let's sample it. All right, so I would like to start with the elote flavored Tostitos. And I will try an experiment too. After I try the soup, I'll see how the chips do, dipped in them, or maybe just sprinkled over them. Yeah, I think it would make more sense not to dip a chip in soup, but to crumble it over it and see how that goes. All right, let's go. Looks nicely seasoned. It's pretty. It's got a nice kind of reddish orange color. I like that. Wow. Really nice chili lime flavor there, with a little bit less of an emphasis on the chili and more of an emphasis on the, a little bit less of an emphasis on the lime and more of an emphasis on the chili than you normally get with a chili lime chip. I really like that. The acidity is quite subtle in that. The second thing that I noticed, when I was looking at the front, I'm like, it doesn't look like roasted corn to me. It tastes like roasted corn, all right? So you know that you can get like the bags of frozen pre-roasted corn at Trader Joe's and probably other places too, but that's where I normally buy mine. That's what it tastes like. Yeah. And there's nothing like, roasting corn in the oven, right? Slathering it with butter and salt and pepper and then roasting it until it gets that blackening on the kernels and then shaving the kernels off, making Mexican street corn in a cast iron skillet. It's got that authentic flavor to it. Oh, yeah. And I'm getting those hints of sour cream, too. I can taste cilantro in there, too. Let me see what all is in this. These are hard to read. Nixtamalized corn, is that what that says? Nixtamalized? It just says seasoning, chile, milk solids, added sugars, That's difficult to read. Well, it just says seasoning, so I don't know exactly what all the seasonings are in there. And I don't know, I mean, there's milk powder in there, but is there sour cream flavoring? Or is that just the lime and the milk powder combining to create a sour cream type flavor? I don't know. But it's an excellent chip. It's really, really good. The thing I like most on it, about it, is the seasoning is really nice. But the seasoning is not like, you know, oh my God, this is in the top 10 salty snack seasonings that has ever been devised. No, it's not like that. I mean, it's a standard chili lime with some sort of cream, you know, some sort of a creamy component in there. Maybe some cumin, I don't know. But it's that flavor, that roasted corn flavor of the chips. I'm not sure exactly how they achieved that, but I love it. I mean, yeah, if you're a corn lover, you got to track these down and find them. These are not like your average Tostitos chip. Tostitos are usually serviceable, they're okay, but the corn flavor in these chips is so rich and roasty. I just love that about them. I'm going to give these an 8. They're really good. And yes, I think they're going to go nicely over the soup, but I'm going to try it with just heart. Won't resist popping another one in. Oh, and before we get on to the soup, let's wash down the chip with a little sip of this. Okay, what distinguishes this from, say, you know, the Fanta pineapple, which my son tells me is just like the most popular pineapple soda in the world. There's actually a video on his channel, Misty's, Mysteez, in which we sample 4 different pineapple sodas, and he determined, I believe, that Fanta was his favorite. There was another one that I liked. Guess what? I believe it was the Penafiel pineapple. Now that I'm looking back on that episode, I might need to go back and find it, but I wasn't sure when I saw this at the supermercado today. I wasn't sure whether I had tried their pineapple before. I knew that I had tried their orange and their grapefruit and loved them both. Yeah, I think this was the first Penafiel. It is very, very authentically pineapple-y. It doesn't just taste like sugar with fake pineapple flavoring, when that's what Fanta tastes like to me. It's good. Very fruity, very refreshing, very nice soda. And inexpensive. And you can find Penafiels not just at Latin American markets. You can find them at a lot of Kroger's and Safeways. All right, so keep your eye open. Penafiel, good stuff. All right, let's try this now. All right, the Crema de Mariscos. Or did I say Mariscos? I think it's Mariscos. I hope I'm saying that right. All right, so sort of a lobster bisque type thing. Now, I just made the soup just as the sort of bisque. But I do have a roasted red pepper that I'm going to put in here later. But I wanted to just taste the soup itself before I started doing stuff with it and experimenting. Here we go. That's very creamy and soothing. This would be a great soup for, you know, be like a winter's night when you're like dealing with a cold or something like that. It'd be really good for that. Not too fishy. Subtle flavors of onion powder, garlic, salt. I think there's a little black pepper in there too, but not much. You can taste the shrimp. You can taste the fish powder in it. And that is how they achieved the shrimp and fish flavors in it. They put shrimp powder and they put fish powder in it. I'm not going to read through every single ingredient, but that's how they did it. It's good. It's not really that different from a lobster bisque, honestly. Like if they had lobster powder in this, I wouldn't be able to really tell the difference between this and a lobster bisque. But I think lobster bisque, maybe they have a little more tomato in them. Is that the difference? Because this is a, you know, kind of like a yellowish color. And the last time I had lobster bisque, I seem to remember it was more of a red color. Now, is that because of the lobster meat in it, or is that because of the tomato? Is that because of both? Enlighten me. I didn't do any research on lobster bisque before this. But if you like lobster bisque, you'll like this. All right, and let's finish up the video by crumbling one of these Elote Tostitos over top and taking a bite. Yep. Putting a little crunch in with that creamy bisque. A little zip of lime flavor in there and some corn. It elevated both. Great combination. All right. More Latin food market trios to come.